Erik Jesberger, joined by head coach and general manager Jason Binkley, head of tonight's Game 4 of the North Division semifinal Best of 7 Kelly Cup playoff series. Coach, 3-0 in the series coming into tonight, but a situation must-win that you're familiar with and have delivered. Will be the third in 13 days you do so after the 2 games to wrap up the regular season against Worcester. Certainly a sense of confidence and want to make sure to deliver here tonight.
Well, we've unfortunately put ourselves in this situation before, having to get in just to playoffs at the end of the regular season against Worcester there. But we have the confidence and we have the situational understanding of where we are. And it's something that as a staff we try to talk to them honestly. Like, we're all human beings. We all understand the situation. We all know where we're at. So there's nothing to hide from. There's nothing to be scared from. And something we talked about this morning, there's no tomorrow if we don't win today. And the big thing is we have to look back at the film. We have to understand what made us successful on Monday, clean up a couple things that we identified through watching that we need to get a little better at. But we have to stick with the same grit and mentality and physicality that playoff hockey is. And if we veer away from that, that's where we get into trouble. That's where we struggled in game 1 and 2 a little bit. So the biggest thing is we can't change the past. We can't worry about the future. We have to stay present in today and just win today. Take it 20 minutes at a time, one shift at a time, and give ourselves an opportunity just to stay alive. And if we can win the day, and then we can worry about tomorrow. But first and foremost, we understand what's going on. We know what's going on, but we just have to get the job done.
Following Game 3, you spoke about being proud and pleased with the effort from your club and going double overtime as well to compete with a TR team. Just speak on what you specifically liked most, want to see replicate tonight, and also what that amount of experience is bringing into young players that you brought in the spring, such as Mitch Dielstra picking up a point and Nick Carabin, who's been a prime aspect of your back end.
I mean, the thing that I enjoyed was we picked up our physicality, we picked up our intensity, and as crazy it is to sound, we basically asked the guys to leave everything out on the ice where we have to literally pick them up off the floor after the game. And for people that might not understand that, that's what it takes to win. Like, you have to literally leave everything out there to get the job done at this time of the year. That's why winning a championship in hockey is harder than any other sport in the world, because of what the grind is and what it entails and the length of time, right? And I guess thankfully we didn't have to play right after that double overtime game, and I'm sure TR's thinking the same thing, but we had to regroup, we have to reset, we have to recharge, and we have to come back mentally, physically, emotionally strong and ready to compete in this game. And the way we stuck to our structure, the way we played in our systems was much, much better Game 3 here at home than it was Game 1 and 2. And that's just what we reiterated this morning through video. Like I said, we identified the things we did well. We identified some things to clean up. But the big thing for the group, for the young guys that you mentioned, Dielstra, Carabin, is like they need to take that game on Monday and they need to put that in their memory bank and know and understand that whether it is more games this year, whether it's games next year, whether it's games down the future for them, that is the way playoff hockey needs to be played. And that's, I guess, what makes me proud of that situation, is because we gave ourselves finally a real opportunity to learn and understand what it's about. Something that entails playoff hockey's second, third, fourth efforts. That point that Dielstra got on that goal, he picked it up in the neutral zone, went through 2-3 guys, avoided a couple hits, got a shot off, and Shane was able to bang it in, and that's great, and that's what you need. You need those second, third, fourth efforts to get a job done, and that's something we try to reiterate to the players as well. For Carabin, a kid who's come in, the biggest asset he has is his brain. He's a very smart player. He's a very smart person. And so for him, he's able to think the game and understand the game. And for not even being here that long and not getting that many practices in with us, he's jumped in and he's played well right away. You can see the impact he makes. You can see the way he plays, the way he thinks out there. And there's a lot of growth and potential for him, on our back end moving forward within our D-core. So for those guys to eat the minutes they did, to get the experience they did, not just the young guys, but everybody, once again, we need to put that in the memory bank, understand and realize that's what it takes. It is a gut punch to not come out on the winning side of it, but the reality is that's the way we have to play if we want to win games at this time of the year.
that Ivy League education as well for the Princeton alum in Nick Carabin. So speaking on that, looking to carry that talents to the ice tonight. A great reset, as you mentioned, for your club yesterday, and both teams are certainly happy for it. But an extra day of rest and a set for Keith Petrozelli, who will get the nod tonight. We know what Petrozelli's numbers are here in these elimination game scenarios. Used to it, 7-1 with a .906 save percentage. He's going to get the nod tonight. Speak on in front of him what will make that night easier in net, trying to set up your structure, because a lot of the deflection goals have been what 12 years lived on. You want to make sure to avoid those tonight.
Well, the big thing this time of the year, again, is where are all the goals scored from? And all 5 goals on Monday's game were scored right in front of the net or right around the net, right? I understand Primo had a breakaway there at the end, but where did he still score from? Right in front of the net. You look at the NHL playoffs that have been going on. Where are the majority of the goals been scoring? Where did Alex Ovechkin score the game winner in overtime the other night, right? Literally right on top of the crease. So that's first and foremost what we need to protect. So if we can keep guys out of Keith's face, out of his crease, away from the net, it's just going to make his life easier. And like I spoke on, we only gave up 4 5-on-5 chances in the first 3 periods on Monday night. We shut them down. We controlled the puck more. We played with more confidence. And that's just what we have to continue with, right? Keith's games there against Worcester at home to clinch the playoff spot, he was in a different mindset. He was very locked in. He was very ready to go. You could just see it about him. And there's no difference here with him today, right? He understands what's at hand. We all do. But to have his confidence, have his calmness, his demeanor out there will be good for our group. And we expect, to play the same way. And if we can do that and we can keep the net front clear and we can keep them out of our zone and shut them down, then we give ourselves an opportunity here. Finally,
Coach, a couple hours from puck drop for you. When you take to the ice, first opening shifts, what do you want to see, and what will signal the boys are locked in tonight?
I would like to see our structure first and foremost, because if we get away from our structure, it's very obvious, and then we get a little discombobulated. We get a little messed up with what we're trying to do. But once again, the energy, the emotion, the physicality, right? Are we loud? Are we noisy on the bench? Are we talking to each other? What are the vibes in the locker room? Do we have the music blaring? Is there a bunch of energy? Are we pumped up? Are guys finishing their hits? Are they going through guys in the first couple shifts here tonight? So once again, it's hard mentally as a human being, as a hockey player, as an athlete, to want to reset after you just took a gut punch, but we have to. So we need to come out firing tonight here in the first 5-10 minutes, get right back to our game the way we were playing on Monday, and we'll take it from there.
Same right back to all the fans bringing the noise tonight as the Royals look to carry their season into tomorrow. Coach, thank you for the time, and best luck.
Thanks.